Recently came across something this week that I wanted to share with you. I just found it really profound. You know, when you go to a cemetery, and I think we've all been to a cemetery at one point or another, and you see the headstones, the grave markers out there, and you see the person's name, and you see a date of birth and a date of death, and there's a little dash between that, and maybe some words underneath that. You ever consider how significant that dash is? I mean, that dash, it represented that entire lifespan of that individual. I think if you're like most people, if you do this at all, you look at the dates and you kind of do the math in your head at how old that person was. Maybe you might think about what they did for a living, but that dash is so much more. I mean, that dash represents their dreams and desires and the successes and failures and struggles and heartbreaks that everybody has, and we're all going to have that dash. And so as a career coach, I started thinking about this, and I started thinking about how we spend our time with the daily grind and chasing career success and the promise of a happy retirement. I think many of us actually forget to live, and that's really a good part of the dash. I saw that in my last company. I remember individuals, these were brokers out there, they would come to work in the office at 8 o'clock and they'd still be there at 8 p.m. in the evening. And I know that they were missing a lot in their family lives. Now, their justification for that is they were doing this for a good future. They would look at me and they probably thought that I was giving up that good future. But in other words, they were doing it for the future. I was living in the present. That's the best way that I can describe it. But I think it's really important that we understand what we may be sacrificing if we're spending so much time in our career chasing these dreams. You know, what we're neglecting is way of, our passions, the way of our, the people that are important to us. So something I want to do in today's video is I want to challenge you. I want you to start thinking about, how is it that you're spending your dash? Are you truly living, or are you just going through the motions? What experiences and relationships and passions are you neglecting in pursuit of a career success? So I think these questions are important to ask yourself, because it's never too late to start making any changes out there. And to make changes, I think what you first need to do is you just need to start identifying the things that bring you joy and passion outside of your work, and make time for them. Even if it's just an hour a week, make time for them. Prioritize your physical and your mental health. Nurture the connections of your loved ones out there. And important, don't be afraid to take risks, because risk, after all, is part of your dash. It's the life that you live. So in conclusion, and I know this is a short video this week and I might be rambling, but the dash on a gravestone, it's a powerful reminder that our time is limited, so don't waste it. Let's embrace life, because it's a lot more than just the career. And I'll tell you something, at the end of the day, those plaques and those awards, Employee of the Year, Salesperson of the Year, they're not going to matter as much as the memories that you're creating and the differences that you've made in the lives of others. To me, that is truly a life worth living. So thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.